Did quantum gravity replace the Big Bang singularity? That sounds like it means the Big Bang was wrong, but it does not. The hot Big Bang still describes the early universe expanding, cooling, forming matter, releasing ancient light, and later growing stars, galaxies, clusters, and the cosmic web. The problem is what happens when we run that story backward. Distances shrink, density rises, curvature becomes extreme, and if Einstein's equations are pushed far enough, they point towards something impossible: infinite density, infinite curvature, a singularity. But in physics, infinity is often not a place. It is a warning sign, a sign that the theory has reached its limit. The singularity may not be the true beginning of the universe. It may be the place where classical general relativity stops being able to describe what is happening. Loop Quantum Cosmology asks whether quantum gravity enters before that limit becomes infinite. What if the universe never reached the singularity at all? What if it was replaced by something else? Not an explosion, not a point floating in darkness, but a finite-density quantum transition, a quantum bounce. General relativity describes gravity as the curvature of space-time. It is not simply a force pulling objects through an invisible background. It is the shape of space-time itself, telling matter how to move. When this theory is applied to the whole universe, it gives equations that connect the expansion of space to the density of matter and energy inside it. For most of cosmic history, those equations work extremely well, but when they are run backward, they do not stop at a merely hot, dense universe. The scale of the universe keeps shrinking. Density keeps rising. Curvature keeps increasing. The model keeps moving toward infinity. That is the singularity problem. The singularity is not something a telescope has seen. It is what classical general relativity predicts when it is pushed into a regime where quantum effects should probably matter. So the deeper question is not only what was the singularity? It is, was there ever a singularity at all? Near that boundary, two parts of physics can no longer be kept separate. General relativity describes gravity, space-time, expansion, curvature, and the large-scale structure of the universe. Quantum theory describes matter, fields, uncertainty, probability, and the behavior of reality at extremely small scales. Most of the time, these theories can be used separately. For planets, stars, galaxies, and the expanding universe, general relativity works beautifully. For atoms, particles, radiation, and quantum fields, quantum theory works beautifully. But near the earliest universe, the separation breaks down. Gravity is not weak, density is not ordinary, curvature is not gentle, and space-time is no longer just the stage where physics happens. The stage itself becomes part of the problem. If the universe is compressed toward the Planck regime, quantum effects of geometry may matter. Loop Quantum Cosmology asks whether the singularity appears only because we used classical equations where quantum gravity should have taken over. Loop Quantum Cosmology comes from loop quantum gravity. Loop quantum gravity is an attempt to describe gravity without assuming that space-time is already a smooth background. In ordinary physics, space looks continuous. Objects move through it, fields spread across it, distances, areas, and volumes can be divided again and again. But near the Planck regime, that smooth picture may fail. Loop quantum gravity suggests that geometry itself behaves quantum mechanically. Area and volume are not treated as infinitely smooth in the deepest description. They can have discrete quantum values. This does not mean space is literally made of tiny cubes, and it does not mean the universe is sitting on a visible grid. A safer way to say it is this: smooth space-time may be an approximation, like water appearing smooth from far away, even though it has a deeper microscopic structure. If geometry becomes quantum at extreme density, then collapse toward the singularity may not continue the way classical relativity predicts. The rules of geometry itself may change before infinity is reached. Loop Quantum Cosmology takes that idea and asks what it does to the earliest universe. But it does this in a simplified way. The real universe is far too complex for us to quantize directly with a complete experimentally confirmed theory of quantum gravity. It contains radiation, quantum fields, matter, perturbations, anisotropies, and later the structures that grow into galaxies and clusters. So loop quantum cosmology usually begins with a simpler universe, a universe that is smooth on large scales, a universe described by a few cosmic variables. The scale factor, or relative size, of distances between regions, its volume variable, its density, its curvature. Almost like reducing the early cosmos to a small set of cosmic dials. This simplification makes the problem possible to study, but it also matters. Loop quantum cosmology is not full loop quantum gravity applied to the real universe in all its complexity. It is a symmetry-reduced framework inspired by the same deeper ideas, used to ask one focused question. If geometry becomes quantum near the Planck regime, does the universe still collapse into an infinite singularity? Or does quantum geometry change the outcome before infinity is reached? In ordinary classical cosmology, the closer the universe gets to the singularity, the worse the problem becomes. The scale factor keeps shrinking, density keeps rising, curvature keeps increasing. The equations keep driving the model toward infinity. Loop quantum cosmology changes that behavior. At normal densities, it looks almost like ordinary cosmology. The universe expands and evolves in the familiar way, but near the Planck regime, quantum geometry begins to matter. In simplified loop quantum cosmology models, the equations are modified so that density does not rise without limit. In many standard simplified loop quantum cosmology models, the universe reaches a maximum finite density. Then contraction stops, and expansion begins. This is the quantum bounce. But the word bounce is dangerous. The universe is not a ball hitting a floor. It is not crashing into a wall. It is not rebounding inside empty space. The bounce is a reversal in the scale factor of the universe. Distances that were shrinking stop shrinking. Density reaches its highest allowed value, and quantum geometry effects appear in the equations like an effective repulsion, preventing collapse into infinite density. So in loop quantum cosmology, the Big Bang singularity may be replaced by a finite-density quantum transition. Not the end of physics, but the place where classical space-time gives way to quantum geometry. If the singularity is replaced by a bounce, an obvious question appears. What was on the other side? In many simplified loop quantum cosmology models, the expanding universe we observe is connected to a previous contracting branch. That means the hot expanding universe may come after a quantum gravity transition. In the model's internal time description, before the bounce, distances between regions of space would have been shrinking. Density would have been rising, curvature would have been increasing. Then, near the Planck regime, quantum geometry effects would prevent collapse from reaching infinite density. The contracting phase would turn into an expanding phase. But this has to be said carefully. A pre-bounce branch inside the mathematics is not the same as observational proof that a previous universe existed, and one bounce is not the same as an eternal cycle. Loop quantum cosmology may allow a meaningful before in some models, but that before is not an outside clock ticking beyond the universe. In quantum gravity, time itself becomes subtle. Some models use an internal clock, for example, a scalar field, to describe how one part of the universe changes relative to another. So the question is not simply whether time existed before the Big Bang. The question is whether change can still be described when classical time has reached its limit. Loop quantum cosmology does not replace inflation, and it does not replace the hot Big Bang history. In some versions of the model, the quantum bounce may create conditions that make early inflation more likely. After the bounce, the universe could enter a short period of extremely rapid expansion. Then, when inflation ends, the familiar hot Big Bang phase can unfold. Particles, radiation, cooling, atoms, light, stars, galaxies. These are different layers of the story. The quantum bounce asks what may have replaced the singularity. Inflation is proposed to explain why the early universe may have expanded extremely rapidly, and why it appears so smooth on large scales. The hot Big Bang describes the later hot, dense expansion that connects most directly to observation. So loop quantum cosmology does not throw away the Big Bang. It tries to go beneath the classical extrapolation that leads to the singularity, beneath the place where Einstein's equations point to infinity, into a regime where the geometry of space itself may no longer behave classically. This is where loop quantum cosmology separates from the other theories in this sequence. Quantum tunneling asks whether a classical universe could emerge from no classical space-time. The no-boundary proposal asks whether the earliest universe could have no sharp first edge in ordinary time. A big bounce model asks whether expansion followed contraction. A cyclic universe imagines repeated phases of expansion and collapse. Eternal inflation asks whether inflation continues in some regions while ending in others. Loop quantum cosmology is more specific. It asks whether quantum geometry can remove the classical singularity predicted by general relativity. The main claim is not that the universe tunneled from nothing, and it is not automatically that the universe repeats forever. The claim is narrower. If the universe is traced backward toward the Big Bang singularity, quantum gravity may stop collapse from reaching infinite density. The singularity may disappear, and in its place, the model may contain a finite density bounce. That is why LQC does not simply add another origin story. It changes the question. Not only what happened at the beginning, but was there ever an infinite beginning at all? But none of this has been confirmed. No telescope has seen a quantum bounce. No map of the cosmic microwave background directly shows the universe passing through a pre-Big Bang contraction. And no observation has proved that loop quantum cosmology is the correct description of the earliest universe. Any possible evidence would be indirect. It might appear as subtle traces in the earliest cosmic fluctuations. It might affect patterns in the cosmic microwave background. It might change predictions for primordial gravitational waves, but those signals would be difficult to separate from other early universe models. Loop quantum cosmology also depends on simplified versions of the universe. It usually studies highly symmetric models, not the full complexity of cosmic reality. And the connection between loop quantum cosmology and full loop quantum gravity remains an active research question. So the safest conclusion is this: loop quantum cosmology is one of the most developed quantum gravity-inspired attempts to replace the classical Big Bang singularity. But no observation has confirmed that our universe actually bounced. If the theory is right, it may remove one kind of beginning, the infinite density singularity, but it does not remove the deeper mystery. Why does quantum geometry exist at all? Why are there laws capable of producing a universe? Why is there a reality in which a bounce, expansion, matter, light, stars, and observers can exist? Loop quantum cosmology may change the question from what happened at the singularity to was there ever a singularity at all? But even if the singularity disappears, the deepest question remains. Why is there a quantum universe capable of giving rise to expansion, matter, light, stars, and observers at all?